So what would you rather listen to? Dirty Sprite 2
Oh my
or
God,
Culture?
Tanner, don't ask me that question. That is honestly,
I mean, I feel like that's a good way to like
feels
measure
low
this.
down and dirty that you just asked me what I would rather listen to. Would you rather save your mom or your dad if they're falling off a cliff, bro? Like what? Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of the Soul Serum podcast. I am your a million in chocolate chips, and that's just how the cookie crumbles, host Clay Bonine. I am joined by my... I sent her the child support. She sent me the heart emoji. Co-host Tanner Mavis.
Whose lyrics is that?
That's Drake. That's off the song.
Off the song
that just dropped today.
See, I only listened to it like briefly. I did not listen to the lyrics.
I picked the two lyrics that stood out to me the most. Could you imagine sending somebody child support and all you get back is the heart emoji? I hope it's the purple heart.
God damn, that's savage.
Welcome back to the Soul Serum podcast, everybody. I want to remind everybody, as I do every week, follow us on Instagram, follow us on Twitter, subscribe to the Soul Serum main page, the Soul Serum TV page, follow us on TikTok. TikTok, quit taking my videos down.
Yeah.
He wasn't even smoking in the video. That's the crazy part. And then I see white boys ripping
GB
gravity bongs on TikTok. The fuck's going on, man? Whatever. Still follow us on there. And before we get into the concept for today, everybody, if you haven't, go watch the Kill Monk video for NASCAR. Just came out actually the day as we are recording this. I mean, I don't have to say much about the video.
It's a movie.
I think people should just go watch it and decide for themselves. It's
John worked
crazy.
hard on it. It's finally out.
Yeah. And the last bit of Soul Serum news is we do have another video coming out. Are we allowed to speak on it, or are we?
Sure.
Okay.
We got a video coming out on Wednesday.
Yeah.
Mirage, another video.
So 2 days from the day of this coming out, Mirage. Yeah, that's gonna be a fun one.
Exciting.
Too. That one is that's an interesting concept, and I'm really excited for people to see that one.
Yep.
All right, but enough talk about Soul Serum news. Who really cares about that? What we're here to talk about today, if you haven't already seen it by the video title, this is going to be the first iteration of Soul Serum March Madness brackets.
Bro, we need like the fucking what's the intro?
I'm gonna find some royalty free fight songs or something
what's the song they play when the champion is like?
We Are the Champions.
No, it's not
Queen.
We Are the Champions. It's the iconic. The ball is tipped. There you are. You're running for your life and shoot to the star. I'm gonna play it after this, your mind's gonna be blown. If every single national championship, if you watch like after when they celebrate, they play a replay of the whole entire tournament, and that same song is played every year.
Oh wow! Okay.
And I only know that because I played what was the NCAA March Madness game, and they would play that as you came into the game.
Oh, that's sick.
Yeah.
Oh, damn. Okay. All right. I'll have to do some research.
You're a college basketball fan.
Yeah.
Jesus.
I'm more of an NBA fan, but for the spirit of March and for the spirit of them actually doing the tournament this year, we're going to do some March Madness brackets for both of the me and Tanner episodes for the month of March. We went with an era that is near and dear to not only my heart, but also Tanner's heart. We went with 2010's Atlanta hip-hop artists. So we have a 16 artist bracket, 8 artists on both sides, seeded from 1 through 8, according to what I would say is cultural relevance, number of hits, streaming numbers, and also our own personal opinions, because it's our podcast, so we're allowed to do whatever we want here. But I would say if people had to make a bracket, like I think it would look pretty close to this.
Where is Ray Shremmerd?
Is Ray Shremmerd technically an Atlanta act? I thought they were from like Mississippi or something.
I thought they were from Atlanta. Maybe I'm
wrong.
I
mean, they did work with Mike Will, so we'll at least give them the
maybe
adjacent. So determining the winners for this, Tanner and I will have to talk through the matchup, ultimately deciding in a unanimous decision for who to move on, and we have to come to an agreement. We can't just both sit with our arms crossed and be mad at each other.
Yeah.
Somebody is going to have to sell the other person on an artist, and it's probably going to be hard.
Yeah.
Now, for example, Future would obviously win over somebody like Lil Keed, which I mean, I'm not spoiling the tournament here. That was an obvious choice, but Future wins that because of, you know, his longevity over the 2010s. He's been making hits before Lil Keed, and that's nothing against the quality of Lil Keed's work. It's just like we're talking about 3 years versus damn near the whole 2010s, so it's hard to really compare those two things. Now that is obviously going to be a little different when we're talking about people like 21 Savage, Young Thug, Cardi, Migos for that matter. So we are focusing on just their work from 2010 to 2019. 2020 and 2021 we are not counting in this. And after we decide an ultimate winner, we will put the bracket up in Discord and have everybody vote on their own winners. And really, I'm curious to see what people think, because, you know, I know my opinions on music, but everybody in the Discord really surprises me with what they say sometimes. So I want to hear from the people too. All right. Are you ready?
Let's go.
You want to start it off? So let's start with the left side of the bracket here. We have at our first matchup, number 1 seeded Future versus number 8 seeded Lil Keed. And we can move through this one pretty quickly. Yeah. It's obviously Future for the reasons that I just explained. Future's been making music the entire 2010s. Look at his 2015 run.
Yeah.
I
fuck with Keed. Like,
Keed's
heavy.
great.
Like,
He's great. He has a solid chunk of mixtapes out. It's just, you know,
like maybe like younger kids are like big Lil Keed stans, but like I don't know many like Keed just like stans because people of my age are Young Thug stans. Yeah, you know what I mean?
Like if
like Lil Keed, like not that he's a derivative. He's not a clone of Young Thug, but like he came out of the same. Literally, he came from the same hood as Young Thug, and like he's very inspired by him, and it has that same slang, that same style, that same flow. Like
when we do this bracket in 2031, maybe we'll be talking about Lil Keed like we're talking about Future, but for now I just cannot do that. So Future will move on in our first matchup. All right, so moving right along here, let's go down the same side of the bracket here. We have a number 3 seeded Migos versus a number 6 rated Gunna.
This is a good one.
So this is kind of where it gets interesting in a sense of Gunna from 2016 on.
Yep.
You know, he doesn't have really the mainstream pop until like 2019-ish, I would say, but he is making good music through then. But Migos are, you know, these quintessential pillars.
They've dominated the 2010s.
Music. And they dominated the flow, they dominated a lot of the style. And as much of
just going to the mixtapes, bro. What was it like?
No Label 2.
No Label 2. Fucking
the first YRN album is really good too.
That was with like Versace and all those songs on there.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Chinatown. And then, bro, honestly, like the first Culture album was like a big moment for me, bro.
Man,
like that whole album. It's crazy that like there's a soundtrack to your summer. But like it was an album to my summer. Like you couldn't go into a party or anywhere without hearing like all those Migos songs off of Culture.
Bougie. I mean, look, fuck
Bad
man.
and Bougie T-shirt.
The guys made Bad and Bougie. Okay,
yeah, facts.
Migos made Bad and Bougie, and
that's one of the biggest songs of our generation.
You
bro.
know me, I love Gunna. I'm a Gunna stan.
Yeah. I am too.
Bad
and
Bougie alone is like overshadowing like 70% of Gunna's catalog, and that's no diss. That was
such a moment.
Yeah,
Offset's verse is unreal.
Uzi verse, oh my god.
Yeah, so Uzi got shitted on for his verse by a lot of people.
Yeah.
I actually liked it a lot.
I love it.
But yes,
so we're in agreement here. Migos,
I'm with Migos.
Gunna. Okay, Migos is moving on.
It's got way more music out than Gunna does at this point.
Yeah, you got to do it. All right, moving right along here. We got number 4 seeded 2 Chainz versus number 5 seeded Lil Yachty.
See, this one's hard.
This is a hard one. This is a hard one because in my opinion here, 2 Chainz has dominated the early 2010s. Let's call it 20.
Can I see everything that 2 Chainz has done like early? Because I know like up to like the Pretty Girls Love Trap. Is that what it's called? Pretty Girls
Like Trap Music.
Trap Music album. Yeah, like that was like the last project that I like really dove into and paid attention to.
So these are the first 2 mixtapes that I ever heard from Codeine Cowboy, which is, dude, the opening track to that, he samples whatever the fucking cowboy song is by Bon Jovi, the I'm a cowboy.
Oh yeah.
Dead or Alive.
Yeah.
That is a crazy album. That mixtape's great. And then this is when he starts to become the 2 Chainz that we know and love right here. That's like I'm different.
It's like I never listened to like his tapes, but like I listened to his hits.
Think about how many amazing singles 2 Chainz.
Yeah, I know. I wish I could like see them. Yeah. You know what I mean?
If anybody has got a list of 2 Chainz features, please send them my way.
Yeah, that too.
I would literally pay you to have that.
You can't
list.
forget about his feature run.
Yeah, seriously. Now, on the flip side of that, we have Lil Yachty dominating from 2016 on.
End of 2015, but yes, 2016 for sure.
And Lil Yachty obviously comes from a different generation of 2 Chainz. It's a different era in a different style of rapping and being an artist and what you do. 2 Chainz has done a great job adapting. But Lil Yachty, I mean, he is the youth. He is the kids.
Yeah.
If I could make a case though,
go ahead.
I think Lil Yachty, like, I've talked about it on the show before, but Teenage Emotions is like a really huge like divot in Yachty's discography for me, and that alone is. Makes me inch 2 Chainz out just a little bit over Lil Yachty. Yeah, just a little bit.
My gut tells me 2 Chainz too.
Yeah. It's hard. This is just like by virtue of the timeline of the bracket. You know what I'm saying? Like it again. If we did this in 2031, we're gonna be talking about Lil Yachty in a completely different manner.
And honestly, right now, like Lil Yachty's on a run right now. In my opinion, like he's really tapping into like the Detroit scene, the Flint scene, like. That new song with Kodak was fire. Like I like the moves that he's making right now, and he's really like tapped in with like different sounds, different flavors, and he's like become like a very versatile artist that I honestly did not expect him to become.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I think Lil Yachty is doing a great job of adapting, just as 2 Chainz has.
I think it could easily be Lil Yachty.
It's the 4-5 matchup,
depending on your argument.
Yeah,
but for the sake of like both of our like opinions and personal taste, like I feel like we gotta go with 2 Chainz.
Yep.
Bro,
that was a bloodbath.
I think just for 2 Chainz' features is what puts me over the top, because like I can't say like I look forward to like Lil Yachty features.
That is true. That's like a very
like I mean I'm pleasantly like I'm like, oh sick, Lil Yachty's on this YNJ song, like cool. Yeah. But like me, like younger me from 2010 to like 2014, 2015, when I saw featuring 2 Chainz, like I'm downloading that bitch.
All I have to say is the closing verses on Mercy from Kanye and 2 Chainz is like tattooed on my frontal lobe in my forehead, bro. Like, that shit is heavenly to me.
I was listening to Rodeo the other day, and 2 Chainz' verse on 3500.
Stop
drinking breast milk out of a lean cup. Like, bro.
Yes. Okay. All right. Final point about 2 Chainz is talk about fucking just like bars, just like absurd punchlines that stick with me. And that dude has 1,000 of those.
Yeah, I'm gonna name it Titty Boy. His name's Titty Boy, bro.
Yeah, he went by Titty Boy and then changed it to 2 Chainz. Yeah. Okay. All right. 2 Chainz over Lil Yachty.
Yeah.
For a final matchup of the first side of the tournament, we have number 2 seeded 21 Savage versus number 7 seeded Father.
Yep.
Father.
I bet a lot of our listeners don't know who Father is.
And that's kind of why I put him in here, was because I think he's an understated influence and figure in this 2010.
Bro, he was the first one to sign Playboy Cardi.
Yeah. I mean, all the Awful Records stuff is vitally important in how the city changed.
There would be no Lil Yachty.
No, totally.
Without Father.
Right. Now,
in wintertime.
With that all being said, 21 Savage has, I would say, an almost perfect track record.
Yeah.
And that's tough for me to say.
Yeah.
That is,
Bro, isn't that crazy to think about? When I first saw 21 Savage in like the Air It Out music video, I'm like, oh my God, this dude is a spawn of Satan. Like he is going to run up in my shit and he's going to kill me.
You're like worried for your grandma for no
I was
reason.
fearful watching it, but it's like, I love this shit.
Yeah.
Like he has it.
And then he wins a Grammy with the song A Lot. Like, what?
He gave J. Cole his only Grammy.
Man, I'm not even going to speak on that. Future got a Grammy before J. Cole, let the record show. But yeah, man, I don't think there's much really of an argument here.
And bro, just the Savage Mode, the first, like Savage Mode 2 was obviously just like, I'd probably put Savage Mode 1 a little bit more above Savage Mode 2, just because of that's when he first came onto the scene.
That shook the game up.
Yeah, and like, not saying that Savage Mode 2 is not good. Like it was a great fucking project. Like probably my favorite of 2020.
Yeah,
and just Morgan Freeman obviously was amazing. But
it's that nostalgia factor with that.
Yeah, but like when that was when he first came on the scene, Metro Boomin did a whole fucking tape with him, and just like the X song. 10 bad bitches in a mansion. That was the fuck, like stunting on my ex bitch. Like that was everybody. Like, that was like all of our like soundtrack that for 2016.
Yeah,
bro. Like every party you go to.
I have no disagreements. Respects to Father. We appreciate what you've done. But 21 Savage is advancing. Alrighty. So now we are on to the other 1-8 matchup on the right side of the bracket here. Number 1 seeded Young Thug versus number 8 seeded Lil Nas. I don't want to spend a lot of time on this. I'm sorry, excuse me, Lil Nas X. You're right. Your artist, Lil Nas X. I don't want to spend too much time on this. It's Young Thug, obviously. Yeah. We'll talk about Young Thug a lot more in the next matchup, but I mean, Lil Nas X.
Hey. Lil Nas X, bro, he's got hits. I'm joking. Hey, I didn't know
he's
this.
Not existing without Young Thug.
Yeah, facts. I did not know that Panini was 6 times platinum, bro. People said he was a one-hit wonder, but Panini is like 5 or 6 times platinum. I was just like, holy! But I'm not saying that he's moving on. I'm just like throwing that out there for like
that's true.
Peace of mind. So it's like, okay, this man knows how to make hits. Maybe it, like you said, in 2030, we might be having a new conversation.
Yeah. Those
but not maybe not against Young Thug.
Those
but,
are all
but
valid points. Yes, you could advance Lil Nas X against some other artists.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah,
but not Young Thug. But not Young Thug. So Young Thug will be moving on in this matchup.
Yeah, facts.
Now I find this a very fascinating matchup right here. Seeded number 3, we have
Lil Baby at
Gambino.
6 though. You put Lil Baby at 6.
I have Lil Baby at 6.
Like Lil Baby should be 2 over Cardi, bro. Cardi should be 3. Yes.
You think so?
Yes.
What?
Yes.
You think Lil Baby should be seated over Cardi?
He's bigger than Cardi.
Wow.
He is. As far as numbers and like bro, Lil Baby has the fucking hood on lock on every hood in America.
Okay.
Cardi does not.
You were right.
Cardi has the weird, edgy, like nerdy, not nerdy,
Fantano fan,
but like of all races for that. But as far as the hood, bro, when you have the streets behind you, like you're a fucking legend.
That's fine. But can I
go ahead. No, it's over.
Now, I put Childish Gambino at 3 because I think while he does not resonate very much with me and you, I like Childish Gambino. His reach and his spread and his like amount of fans who would like kill somebody over Childish Gambino, and also his versatility made me put him at 3. And he's also been making music longer than Lil Baby.
Yeah, I don't think I disagree with Gambino being at like 3 or a 4.
Yeah,
I think you underseeded Lil Baby.
In this matchup though, who are you taking? Because I'm having a hard time with this because Lil Baby has really only been rapping for 3 years, and we're only going to count 2 of the years.
I mean, he probably been rapping longer than that, but like as far as like relevance,
yeah. I mean, like 2018, 2019.
As far as when we discovered him,
right, and I just think I unfortunately think Childish Gambino has to move on just for his discography, the artistic value of a lot of his stuff, and he's been doing he has more albums out in the 2010s than Lil Baby.
Does he?
Yeah.
Is that facts?
Yeah.
I thought Gambino didn't drop music for a while, and he just recently came back.
He had that album that came out.
So because the internet is when we first found, or no, Camp was Camp was the first one when I found him.
Because the internet. The whatever this
that one was the song sober the song was fire.
Awaken My Love, that album is incredible.
That album's really good.
Hold on, let me pull up the Lil Baby discography.
We gotta see it.
I'm just saying, man, I think Childish Gambino, unfortunately,
right, so Harder Than Hard, Too Hard, Harder Than Ever, Street Gossip, My Turn. Yeah.
I'm sorry, man.
Yeah.
I have to advance Childish Gambino in this. I'm sorry, Lil Baby, if you watch the show. I'm so sorry, but
yeah.
But I have to.
I don't have an argument otherwise other than if
we were,
5 years from now, I think Lil Baby is going to be over Gambino. Like even probably 2 years from now, to be honest.
I just think Lil Baby just has too small of a sample size.
That's two more projects, like fire projects, like My Turn was.
Yeah, then it's over. But for now, Childish Gambino,
solely because Gambino isn't releasing like he used to. He's in different. He's a director. He's acting. He's a comedian.
Yeah.
Like he's doing all these different things.
May I also add, Childish Gambino did the show Atlanta, so if that counts for anything in this too.
That's facts.
We will ultimately move Childish Gambino on. All right, at the also very tough 4-5 seed on this side of the bracket, we have Metro Boomin seated at number 4 and Gucci Mane seated at number 5. Again, somebody who is in a huge Gucci Mane stan. He's definitely the reason I even started listening to people like Migos, Future, Young
trap
Thug,
music,
and enjoying it. Yeah, just trap music in general.
He was the one.
He is very much an early 2000s artist, and I think he obviously has released 80 something mixtapes, and however many of those were in the 2010s. I just think that most of his relevance and influence and the reason why he has even lasted this long in the game all happened between 2000 and 2010. And Metro Boomin has been making hits for Gucci.
I want to see what's the project in 2010 and then up with Gucci. Just so I have a.
Okay, see now what's tough about doing Gucci's discography is
damn, it's so much.
Dude, look at all of these fucking mixtapes. And I bet these are not even all of the mixtapes.
Go back up to 2010. Okay.
Gucci released a greatest
Gucci
hits
classics.
mixtape in 2010. The State vs. Redrick Davis, what I would say is his biggest
2009
album is 2009. So Gucci has a great track record and obviously has released an insane amount of music while he was in prison and before and after.
The return of East Atlanta Santa.
But East Atlanta Santa. But I just think Metro Boomin's influence and his namesake right now means a lot more than Gucci post 2010, and Metro wouldn't be there without Gucci.
Yeah,
I mean that's just facts. But it would feel wrong if we're doing an all-time Atlanta or 2000s Atlanta.
Gucci might win the whole thing.
Gucci might win the whole thing
if it's all time.
But we're talking about 2010s,
yeah.
And I think I got to go with Metro on this.
Yeah, I'm with you.
You in agreement?
Yeah.
Okay, easy enough. And moving on to our last first round matchup
Waka Flocka
side.
I'm playing.
Number 2 seeded Playboi Carti versus number 7 seeded Waka Flocka. Now, this is also a similar situation to the other 2-7 matchup, whereas without Waka Flocka, a lot of these motherfuckers on this list are not who they are.
Yeah.
Like in Flocka's album in 2010, Flockavelli is an absolute classic and a staple in trap music. It's incredible, and he had a great run of mixtapes afterwards. But Playboi Carti's 3 albums and 2000 snippets, I think, have a lot more cultural relevance
just as
at the end of
bro.
the 2010s than Flocka did.
Just
Carti probably wouldn't be here without Flocka, but like,
I mean, definitely, because I've seen in interviews Carti is heavily influenced by Waka Flocka. I was actually at a Carti show, and he played, or someone was fighting, and he's like, "Oh, you want to get to fighting?" And he was like, "Play that fighting music," and then he played "Oh, Let's Do It" by Waka Flocka.
Yeah, damn, that's fire. As fuck. I want to put Flocka. I would love for this to like be the upset where like Flocka beats Carti, but
nah.
I don't know. I just have a hard time putting Flocka would probably win over some other artists, but I just don't think he's winning over Carti. And if anybody thinks that this is biased, maybe it is, but fuck you. It's our podcast, so we can do what we want. And I think Carti is winning out over Flocka.
Yeah.
You in agreement?
Hell yeah.
Okay. Let's move on to the second round. First up, we have number 1 seeded Future versus number 3 seeded Migos.
Damn.
Now this one feels like
you're torn.
My chest just got real tight. I feel like I'm about to like choose between, my 2 of my brothers, 2 of my parents.
Yeah.
This is a tough one because I think Migos, you could argue the influence of their flow and the influence of their sound, it rings, very far in Atlanta, but Future's, this dirtiness, this griminess, this like that 2015 mixtape run is just unheard of from like
I just think
artists.
Future has had more like substance and substantial like a place in hip hop than the Migos have had post 2017. These last 3 years were big for me, I feel like. And Future, to me at least, feels like he's still
very relevant.
He's still very relevant. Like he just dropped a collab tape with Uzi.
Yeah.
Like not saying the Migos can't do something like that.
Yeah. And
I don't know, it's kind of hard.
Future, after the mixtape run in 2015, I mean, just his 2017 run is crazy as fuck too. The double albums, and then obviously like Evil is like the 2016 release that's kind of like bubbling into that.
All right, let's look at like their biggest projects, bro. So like we got Migos and Culture.
It's got to be Culture. And then I would say Dirty Sprite 2. So it's got to be.
So what would you rather listen to? Dirty Sprite 2
oh my
or
God,
Culture?
Tanner, don't ask me that question. That is honestly,
I mean, I feel like that's a good way to like measure this.
Low down and dirty that you just asked me what I would rather listen to. Would you rather save your mom or your dad if they're falling off a cliff, bro? Like what?
Neither.
But you know what's fucking oh God, I hate to say it, but I mean it's on the wall of the podcast studio, bro.
I mean, I know who I'm picking.
I'm taking Dirty Sprite 2, and I think you've sold me, and I'm taking Future.
I'm taking Future.
Migos. Easy. I'm sorry, Quavo Offset Takeoff. I'm sorry. You all still have a picture.
Bro,
on
honestly,
the wall.
we didn't talk about like all of the Migos songs individually too.
We're not talking about them as individual artists.
Okay.
We're talking about Migos.
I didn't know if we were doing that.
I think that's a valid point. I thought
like
about
Quavo,
that.
like the Quavo and Travis Scott project was pretty fire.
Yeah.
Just Quavo being on Rodeo, like Offset working with all these different artists.
Right. I think Future though. We've come to the agreement.
No, you're right.
Future moves
Let's move
on in that. Now here we have number 4 seeded 2 Chainz and number 2 seeded 21 Savage. Both artists have the number 2 in their name. So, that's something to think about. I'm just joking.
That's funny.
This is really interesting here. And
this one's easy for me.
Really?
Yeah.
Who do you think?
21.
21?
Yeah.
Well, why? Make the case for me.
He hasn't missed.
That's facts.
I feel like 2 Chainz has missed.
2 Chainz has missed. As somebody who does listen to the 2 Chainz projects,
like 21 is like
he has missed. 2 Chainz has stayed relevant, but it's kind of, I feel like, in these ebbs and flows, whereas like 21 Savage like has only just like built on top of everything that he has.
He has a Grammy too.
Yeah, fuck man. Okay. All right. 21 Savage moves on in that case. I think you made the case for me.
Because like, okay, so 2 Chainz was made a run from what? 2010, 2011 to
his
2015, 2016, and then we got 21 going from 2015 till 2021.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like it's the same little time frame. Who's had more impact in that time frame in those 5 years?
Probably 21 Savage. And I feel like part of the reason why it's hard for me to give up on 2 Chainz is I like everything that surrounds 2 Chainz. I like how he acts. I like his image. I like, he did the Vice show, Most Expensive Shit. Like, I like all that, but I don't really think that's really that important here. We're talking about music and we're talking about
I think it's all important, bro. Like, that's culture, bro. Like, the culture is more important or just as important, if not more important than like the actual music itself. Like,
I'm finding out a lot about myself doing this bracket right now. I thought
like, bro, remember like when 21 Savage was like first popping and like the It's a Knife thing was, or meme was just fucking going crazy. Like 21 has been memed like crazy. I mean, not saying we should like put him forward because of that, but like, I don't know. No, but then again, 2 Chainz grew up at the baby stage of social media, so
I'm in agreement with you, man. I'm in agreement with you here. I think you've made a great argument for it, and we're gonna advance 21 Savage over 2 Chainz.
Let's go.
That's fair. Okay.
No upsets over there.
No upsets over there. I think I might smell an upset brewing in this bracket.
Really?
Not necessarily on this matchup, but our first second round matchup is Young Thug versus Childish Gambino. I mean, for me personally,
it's Young Thug, bro.
It's Young Thug. Should we even really like argue it? Let's talk about it a little bit, just in case people are getting mad while they're listening to this. Childish Gambino makes great music and has done a lot of important things. Young Thug has just blatantly and obviously influenced so much of not only Atlanta, but just hip hop in general in the 2010s.
And fashion. And
I mean,
being comfortable with who you are.
Yeah. Like, and Young Thug has had some blemishes on his record, that like he's said some things and done some things and had some maybe less than stellar music come out. But I mean, we're talking
what's the less than stellar music that you didn't like? Like what?
I'm pulling up the discography.
Like a project or something that you didn't like by him.
I just think sometimes Young Thug mails it in, like. You can just tell that he like doesn't really care and just like this tape.
Yeah, slime language I did not fuck with.
Whatever. That was like that little song tape.
Bro, all the slime seasons, bro.
Beautiful Thugger Girls. The first
I love Beautiful Thugger Girls.
The first like 5 tracks I think are awesome, and the last half I think he mails
all the slime seasons. Barter 6.
Yeah,
I'm up.
I mean, yeah, bro.
Keep going up.
Oh, that's it. That's all
that way.
This way.
Yeah, that way. Yeah. Beautiful Thugger Girls.
So much
Jeffrey
fun was great.
On the Run
Jeffrey's
was fire
amazing.
too.
Yeah.
So much fun, obviously.
Shout out to Childish Gambino, but we're talking about 2010's Atlanta, and I think there's a reason Young Thug is seated number 1 in this. And we're in agreement here.
Oh, yeah.
Young Thug moves on over Childish Gambino.
Easily.
All right. I can't wait for all if anybody like comments on this matchup, I bet they're white. I bet they're gonna be like, well, Childish Gambino, no. Whatever. I think you know what? I also associate Childish Gambino with like frat culture and like short pale blue shorts.
Yeah.
For some
Honestly,
reason,
Young Thug is in frat culture too. Like he had some hits that.
Best friend.
Yeah, best friend was a big
Best friend went
one.
crazy
Yeah.
at house parties.
Yeah.
Went crazy. Alrighty. Our second matchup of the second round on this side of the bracket, we have Young Metro seated at number 4 against Playboi Carti at number 2. You know, I think you could go either way on this.
Yeah.
I think you could go either way because Metro, I think, has a much longer stint of influence than
Carti don't drop that much.
Carti doesn't drop that much. Metro has tapes with 21 Savage, Big Sean.
He started with Future.
Started doing tapes with Future. He has however many Gucci tracks produced. I mean, like, let's pull up his discography real quick. Because what's crazy is we're going to pull up Metro's discography, but we're also not even going to get close to everything that he's done. I mean, look. Here, let me read y'all the top 10 songs on Genius that Metro is associated with. Bad and Bougie, Father Stretch My Hands Part 1, Jumpman, Bank Account, Tunnel Vision, Mask Off, Congratulations, Child's Play, X, Lowlife.
That's actually insane.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Yo, I had no,
That's insane.
Bro, what?
No Heart.
Bounce Back, Heartless, Ric Flair Drip, Waves. I get the Diamonds Dancing. Where you at?
Uzi, you was
2?
right.
Yo, okay, all right. I'm wearing a Carti t-shirt today. Okay, I wore this shirt on purpose for this podcast. And
I'm gonna have to convince him back.
I think Metro, I have to advance him over Carti for his
where my Carti stands
simply
at.
Put for his immense amount of quality work.
It's kind of unfair, bro, because he's a producer. You can touch on so many different things and different artists and different flavors.
Okay, well, should we only count then albums that like Metro Boomin
like executive produced albums?
So Not All Heroes Wear Capes, 19 and Boomin, which has an incredible track Chanel Vintage on there. That's like one of my favorite Young Thug and Future songs.
Oh yeah.
Chanel Vintage.
Yeah.
So Not All Heroes Wear Capes, Savage Mode 1 and Savage Mode 2. The one Big Sean record that he did, which I don't really remember because I'm not a huge Big Sean fan.
I like Big Sean.
I mean, he's okay. He's just not my guy. Perfect Timing by Nav.
I forgot about Perfect Timing.
With him and Nav. Yeah, okay, so if we're only counting...
Without Warning.
Oh, yeah, and Without Warning, too. Dude, Without Warning in 2017, man. Jesus Christ.
I mean, it's still kind of hard.
Can you make the case for Carti? So let's say because you bring up a good point. Because he's a producer, he's allowed to go everywhere. So
yeah,
let's not count everything that he's produced on. Let's just count these albums. So both Savage Modes, Without Warning, 19 and Boomin, Not All Heroes Wear Capes, Perfect Timing, and whatever the Big Sean record is. Double or Nothing. Versus Carti. Can you make the Carti case for me?
I don't know, man. It's just hard because I'm thinking about it, and like Carti's discography is not as big as Metro's yet. Mm-hmm. Even with those albums, like
yeah. And Carti also, I mean, like Broke Boy is 2015, but like Magnolia, I think is really what
that was his biggest hit.
What takes him to what he is, tape. You know.
Yeah,
so
that tape.
I think, like.
All right, bro. You fucking got me.
Body of work, dude. I think you have to go with Metro.
We're going with Metro.
That's fucked up. Carti, if you're listening to the podcast, I'm very sorry. Please come on the show. We love you, but
God damn it.
Upset alert.
I'm gonna go home and cry.
Number 4, Metro Boomin moves on over number 2, Playboi Carti. Okay, now let's go to the semifinals of the first side of the bracket, we have number 1 seeded Future versus number 2 seeded 21 Savage.
Damn.
Woo! That's tough. So, my knee-jerk reaction is to say Future. Because of the body of work, his number of hits, and just like his numbers are crazy. But to be fair, what we've said in the last 2 rounds still rings true.
Go to Future Spotify.
21 Savage has not missed.
Go to Future Spotify, then go to 21's.
$29 million monthly listeners for Future.
God damn, the Drake collab tape is different. But
Yeah,
21
what
but
a time to
21
be
did
alive was-
but 21 did do a
21
song with
Savage
Drake, right?
has 19 million monthly listeners. Yeah, Savage has a couple songs with Drake.
Oh yeah, Drake was on the Mr. Right Now, yeah.
Mr. Right Now, he has Sneakin'.
Yeah.
I think there's
Sneakin' was the
another
first one.
Um,
Fuck.
I mean, 21 Savage is God, that's a great album. If I could I'm not making the case, but if I were to make the case for 21 over Future, it's that as a Future stan, I'm saying this in full confidence, Future has had a couple of less than stellar mixtapes and albums that have come out, whereas 21 Savage.
What's the last good Future project that came out?
I think the last album was good.
The one that came out last year.
Yeah,
High Off Life.
High Off Life. Yeah,
that was fire.
I thought that one was pretty good, but like, and I really like the Pluto and Baby Pluto one, but Save Me, he took a little different route on that. The Wizard is okay. The Juice WRLD project is okay. Beast Mode 2 I like, but I mean it doesn't compare to the original.
Hendrix was fire.
Hendrix and Future and Evil and Purple Rain and What a Time to Be Alive and Dirty Sprite 2 and 56 Nights and Beast Mode and Monster and Honest
and Pluto 3D.
And Pluto 3D. I mean,
yeah, we gotta go with Future, bro.
I think we have to. And somebody could probably talk me into 21 Savage, but I think respectfully, we gotta go with Hendrix.
Sensational.
On this one. No, Future, come on the show. So number 1 seeded Future is going to move on
to the finals.
Number 2 seeded 21 Savage, ultimately going to the finals. Now, talk about a matchup in our semifinals.
Yeah.
For this side of the bracket, we have number 1 seeded Young Thug versus number 4 seeded Metro Boomin.
Jesus.
Now, I did not think that I know that we had a lot of close collaborators in this tournament, but when I was making this, I was really not expecting Metro to come out of the tournament. I was kind of expecting Thug. That's fine.
Yeah.
But I was not expecting Metro to get this far. So, and as we kind of clarified on the last round with Metro, we're focusing more on his tapes, not everything that he has produced, really, right?
Yeah.
I mean, this is tough because Thug would not be here without Metro.
Yeah.
Metro's tag is Thug, literally.
Bro, I will say this about I fucking love Young Thug, bro. Like,
Go for it.
Thug is a goat in so many different ways. But when we're looking at like projects, like
full bodies of work, I think Metro matches up better over Thug. Yeah. Because
Barter 6 was fire, but like after that,
every Metro tape you can listen to like front to back.
Yes.
Like there's not he really we're talking about 21 Savage not missing.
Yeah.
Metro like is shooting pretty much 100%.
Yeah.
Like
close.
Let's go to let's go to Young Thug's Spotify. Spotify, sponsor the show. We all use you, everybody on the team. So he has that Chris Brown mixtape, which I'll be completely honest with you.
I didn't listen to it.
I don't really care. So much fun. I think as far as a complete project goes, is actually really great.
So Much Fun's a great project.
Slime Language is super slimy.
Super Slimy is all right.
Has like 6 good songs. Beautiful Thugger Girls, 6 good songs. Jeffrey, I think the whole thing's great.
Jeffrey's solid. Slime Season 3 is all hits.
Christ, look
all
at that
hits.
Fucking track list.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
That's all hits.
Everybody, if you're listening to the podcast, pause it right now. Go look at Slime Season 3's track list.
Yeah.
Be amazed and then come back to the podcast. I'm Up, it was okay. Barter 6 is amazing. And then we get into all the 1017 Thug, which is when... Dude, have you gone back and listened to any of this?
I listened to the I Came From Nothing.
Dude, this shit sounds like crazy.
Yeah, crazy. You can tell he was heavily influenced by Lil Wayne, really early.
Yeah, seriously. But I mean, the album is called Barter 6.
Yeah, facts.
Fuck, dude. I think so. The case for Metro is that if we're talking about full bodies of work, albums, projects, looking at those as whole, products to judge, Metro is definitely, I will hesitantly admit, winning in that rank over Thug. But we're talking about cultural influence. We're talking about Thug changing how people rapped, how they dressed, how people use their voice. I don't know, man.
It's just hard because Metro is a producer, man. I feel like he just has an edge because it's harder to miss vocal, or it's easier to miss vocally than it's easier to miss as like a producer, in my opinion. As far as like being really maybe I don't know if that's true or not.
But no, I know what you mean.
Now that I think about it, I don't know.
Metro is
he's not Metro's not
orchestrating. Whereas Young Thug is just hearing a beat and just going with his natural ability to make great music. Whereas Metro is literally playing with the actual composition.
He's not vocally performing. He is
true. Damn. Maybe this is a learning moment for me. Maybe
we're not taking it back now. Metro has deserved to get this far.
But this is something that I didn't think about.
And but also as a producer, and you're Metro Boomin, and you get all of these artists on your projects, bro.
Yeah.
And he's one of the best producers in the fucking game in history of hip hop.
Yeah.
He's getting all of these guys best verses, best work, highest energy.
Facts.
Not saying Young Thug doesn't give up his best energy for people that he works with, but I don't know, man. It's kind of hard. But if I had to pick between two, I'm going with Metro, to be honest.
Yeah, man.
For the basis of the criteria that we've been talking up to this point, because if he's gonna win over Cardi, then he has to win over Thug too, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Because the Cardi and Thug matchup would have been good.
I think we got to go Metro.
Yep.
And, I was talking about Young Thug's influence on people's voice and their rapping style. Metro's influence on beats and trap music is also not to be understated. Yeah. And is probably just important in the production side as Young Thug's influence is in the vocal side. So in a really wild turn of events, we have number 4 seeded Metro Boomin coming out as the finalist.
Yep.
Against one of his other frequent collaborators, number 1 seeded Future Hendrix.
Yep.
What a championship battle.
This is a championship.
This is a bloodbath right here. As much as Young Thug and Metro have collabed, you could probably argue that the only other person to collab with Metro as much, if not more, is either Gucci or Future.
Yep.
I mean, Dirty Sprite 2, which is what kind of advanced Future on versus Migos, is executive produced by Metro. I mean, just the opening track on Dirty Sprite 2, produced by Metro, Thought It Was a Drought, is almost, oh Jesus, man, oh my god. Okay, all right. We're not talking about Metro as a producer. We're talking about Metro as the artist, the executive producer with his name on mixtapes.
Yeah. I'm going with Future.
Future does
we literally just went down his run.
A much larger body of work. A crazy run from 2015 to 2017.
And it's not, no disrespect to Metro Boomin, but like, I just can't give it over Future because Future is a GOAT, bro. And Future is the artist.
Yeah.
We've let Metro get this far.
We have let Metro get this far. But if Metro won this, I wouldn't think that it's that crazy.
No.
I wouldn't think it's that crazy.
Not at all.
But to win over Future, I do think is kind of crazy.
Yeah.
And I think you're right. And I think we have to go with Future over Metro Boomin in the final spot for his body of work, the longevity, the numbers. And I mean, if we're just going to keep it a buck, like, I know Future, like, Metro elevates Future, but I think Future elevates Metro as well.
Oh, yeah.
And Metro probably isn't getting that 21 Savage mixtape if he doesn't get, executive producer for Future.
That's facts.
On multiple tracks. So
that's facts.
I think we can call it here. The winner of the Soul Serum March Madness 2010's Atlanta bracket is
Future Hendrix.
Future Hendrix, the GOAT, the fucking GOAT. Let me get some applause going. The fucking GOAT himself. I mean, he's on the wall in the podcast room for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think this is a wrong choice by any means. I think this probably confirms what a lot of people were thinking. But I'm curious to hear everybody else's thoughts and opinions.
Yeah, for real.
If we made like the wrong choice in a matchup, let us know. I want to hear your arguments. This is a ever evolving thing. Like, because this really all is like based out of just like, I'm just curious about other people's opinions.
Yeah.
So I want to know what other people think. But I think we made a really good choice. In this matter by going with Future.
Yeah.
You have any?
I thought it was going to be either Future or Young Thug, like looking at the bracket.
Yeah. I mean, the Metro thing is interesting. It's very interesting.
Yeah.
And something to keep in mind.
Yeah. Maybe somebody else can point out some better points about Metro or any other matchup on here. Any other artists.
Well, I think that worked out quite well. Shout out to Future.
Yeah, and shout out to Atlanta.
Shout out to Atlanta. Yeah, actually, you're right with that. Shout out to Atlanta. Shout out. I might not be on this podcast if it weren't for a lot of these people on this list to make me care about music and want to talk about it.
Facts.
It's funny to think about. Well, as we have come to an end on our bracket, I want to remind everybody to follow us on Instagram, follow us on Twitter, subscribe to us on YouTube. The main page, Killbunk NASCAR, is out. Mirage coming out 2 days after this drops. Subscribe to the TV page. Follow us on TikTok. If you take down another one of my videos, I'm going to send you a mean email. And with all of that being said, I, as always, am your... Oh, wait. I'm sorry. Let us know in the Discord. I'm going to put the bracket in there. I want to hear everybody's opinions. I want to see your all's thoughts on this. So come holler at us. With that being said, as always, I am your host, Clay Bonine.
I'm your co-host, Tanner Mavis.
And we will see you all next week with another interview. Thanks for listening, y'all.
Yes, sir. Deuces.